Today's video is a remake on my older video on the Coptic alphabet. The first letter here is alpha, and it is written so. The next letter is vita, and it is written so. And then there is gamma, and then there is delta. Now this letter is interesting because it has the pronunciation D in names. Everywhere else it's pronounced as the, as in English this. The next letter is E. Sorry, I need to hold this. Just like that. The next letter here is zeta, which looks very similar to Latin Z and Greek zeta. Eta. This is theta, old pronunciation theta as in Greek. And then there's iota or iota. The next letter is kappa, which looks a lot like kappa. Then there's lola or laula, and this one is very similar in the uppercase and the lowercase, only really slightly different. And then there is me, which is not to be confused with eta, up there, and the lowercase looks like this. Then there's ne, which is also not to be confused with eta. These are three separate letters, and the lowercase looks like that. The next letter is ixi, which looks like this. Then this letter, very simple, is just called o, followed by b, as in Greek. The next letter is ro, where that's written in one. And then we have sima, followed by epsilon, like that, lowercase there. Pronunciation for this old letter, the old pronunciation for this letter was p, but like in modern Greek, it is now phi. And this letter is called phi. The next letter is che, like the old pronunciation was ke, as in Greek. There are a lot of similarities between Greek and this alphabet, because this one ultimately divides from Greek. This one is ipsi. The next one is o, and is related to the Greek omega. The next letter looks very similar to o, but it's a very different sound. This one is shai, as in the sh sound. Next is the letter phi. Then there is chai, which is not to be confused with this letter over here. And the lowercase looks like this. Sorry. Try to get these right, I can't even do that. The next letter is hori, and it kind of looks like a backwards S. So it looks similar like that, and the lowercase droops down a bit. Getting towards the end of the alphabet, we then have janja, or janja, and it looks like that. That was quite sloppily drawn, I'm sorry. The next letter is this one. It is pronounced chima. There. Might remind you of the look of the Cyrillic letter that makes the sound b. Makes a completely different sound. It makes the sound ch. And then there is this letter, T. I'm going to write the simpler version of the capital letter because it's more common in handwriting, and it looks like this. And the lowercase is such, like that. This is the full alphabet, but you may notice that I have left some gaps, notably up there and one down there. That is because there are some extra symbols that correspond to numerals in this writing system, and I shall write them in red pen. And so the numbers go as follows. The letter alpha has value 1, then value 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the one that has value 6, but isn't an actual letter of the alphabet. Focus. Isn't an actual letter of the alphabet proper. Then it's value 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then after 10 it goes to 20, 30, 40, and so on. Eventually getting to 700, 800, and then this character at the end, which is across row, it has value 900. After having gone through all of the letters of the alphabet individually and how to write them, I shall give you their pronunciations as they are often found in words. So this one is either pronounced as as which is the glottal stop, or r, which is the voiced pharyngeal fricative. Then this letter, it's pronounced like v with both lips at the beginnings of words and as a v anywhere else in a word. This letter is like g, hard g as in English or in Latin. This letter is delta. I talked about this earlier, how it has a special pronunciation of d only in names. This letter is either pronounced like an E or an I. This doesn't really have a pronunciation, but the name of the symbol is so. This one has a pronunciation z. This one has a pronunciation of a long air sound, as in E. This one used to be pronounced as k, but like Greek, its pronunciation changed to a th sound. This letter is pronounced either as a y sound, as in yes, so a yod, or it's pronounced like a long e sound. This letter is pronounced like a hard k. This letter is pronounced like a l, m, n. This one is special, and it is linked to the Greek xi, and it is pronounced as x. This letter, just like its name, is pronounced o. This one is p. This one is r or r. I cannot roll my r's, so sorry about that. It's meant to be a front rolled r. So this letter is pronounced as s. This one as... I've missed out a letter. I'm sorry if that caused confusion or frustration in you, but I missed out the letter, which is the letter that makes the t sound. I don't know why I missed this one out, but it's very simple. It's just like that for the uppercase, and the lowercase is just like that. Very simple. And this letter's name is tau, and it makes the t sound. Sorry about that. This letter is, despite being called epsilon, is pronounced like an oo, which is strange, but this letter is then pronounced like... Sorry, one last note. This, after a single vowel, but not between vowels, is pronounced like a v, as in Greek. This letter is pronounced as a f. This one is pronounced ch. Its old pronunciation was k. This letter is pronounced as ps, straight from Greek. This letter is pronounced as a long o sound. This one, completely different symbol, is pronounced as a sh sound. This one is also pronounced as a f, so just like this letter up here. And then this letter here is pronounced as a ch, so just like that letter there. This letter is pronounced as a h or a h, which is a voiceless pharyngeal fricative, so like a h but slightly further up in the throat. This letter is pronounced as a j sound. This one pronounced as a kya or a ch, so a platicized k or a ch. This one is a special letter because it represents a syllable. It represents a sound t or d, and that is often, and it's pronounced as D, often in between vowels. This one doesn't have a name, and it's just a crossed ro. And so, after only 1, 2, 3, 4 accidents, that I have completed the video on the Coptic alphabet, all of their numerical values and all of their pronunciations as letters and also in words.